so we're going to dive right in. So if you're watching on Facebook, go ahead, leave me a comment. Let me know that you are here. I would love to answer your questions as we go through. I'm going to be sharing my screen so that I can, so that you can follow along and see what I will be sharing. And I will stay on to answer any questions that you might have as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get my screen sharing going here for you so that we can dive right in. Okay. Now, you may have heard me talking about upLIFT over the past few weeks on my podcast or just here in the Facebook group. You may have seen people mentioning it. And what I want to do today is I want to share with you some information about upLIFT, but also some tips and some ideas that will help you to thrive in your business, up-level your marketing, and build your faith-based connections. Even if you feel scattered, if you deal with imposter syndrome, or you don't have the connections that you feel like you need. All right, so let us go right into this information. So here's the question for you is, have you ever felt like your spine is out of alignment? Has anybody ever dealt with that? Like you are dealing with an issue, you feel like something is off, but you can't seem to pinpoint what the issue is. I know I had an issue for several years where I had to finally go to the chiropractor and figure out what on earth was going on. I was having neck pain, I was having headaches, I was having back pain, and there was all these different symptoms going on. But the truth was, what I needed was I actually needed an alignment. I needed to have a chiropractic adjustment and get everything into alignment. And that then helped to start resolve the symptoms that I was having. So maybe you can relate to that in your business, where you might have had a situation in your business where you are dealing with things are going wrong, but you're not quite sure. You can't seem to figure out what is going wrong or how to solve it. Okay. So if that is you, you're in the right place. So I'm just going to share a little bit about some of the challenges that I have seen many women face when they are building a business online, and that I have also faced in my own business. And Serena, if you're able to drop the link, just in case anybody is in Facebook and wants to jump into Zoom, you could drop the link in there on the Facebook Live. That would be great. That's happening in the group. Okay, so who can relate? If you have ever felt like you don't feel fulfilled or have joy in your work, you're not loving the work that you're doing. Have you ever felt that way? If you're watching the replay, go ahead and tell me in the replay if you've related to that. If you have ongoing stress in your business, or maybe it's a lack of sales where you're not getting the sales that you would like to see in your business. Maybe you're working with clients, or you're bringing in clients or customers, but they don't light you up. You don't love the actual connection with those clients. Sometimes the values might be off. There just might be something not working with them. Or maybe you feel stuck or scattered. You're not really sure where to focus, what projects to focus on, how to move your business forward. Or it could be that you need to increase your income, but you don't want to work all the time. Okay. Tell me yes in the comments if that is you. Okay. Here's the truth. I want to share with you the real reason that you might be stuck or just surviving in your business. So what I used to think was the reason that was happening for me was that I needed to find a course or a program that was going to teach me the thing that I needed to do to get unstuck. I thought that I needed to, find the right strategy to grow on Facebook or Instagram. I thought maybe I needed, to update my website or make changes in my network and find a better network to be connected to. Okay. But I found through working through this issue myself and also with lots of my clients is that there are three big issues that keep us stuck or surviving. One is when you are out of alignment. So you're doing things that are not in alignment to who you are and how God has wired you. Two is your business back end might be a mess. So you might be bringing in clients, but you might not be able to keep up with all the back end work of what you're doing. or you might need a more strategic marketing plan. So you might just not be getting the, the traction that you want to get in the online space. Okay, so here's the truth. Growing a business online does not have to feel hard all the time, even though maybe that's how it feels. So I want to share with you some thoughts about how it is possible to thrive and not just survive in your business, in your online business. Okay. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. So the key to thriving in business and life, it's actually three things that you need to have to be able to thrive in your business and in your life. You need to have alignment in three key areas, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You need to have refined systems and processes, and you need marketing and visibility that works. So if you want to take your business from just surviving, just barely staying afloat, or just barely hitting your goals, or maybe, not quite getting the income level that you want, or working all the time, to a place where you are thriving, where you are loving your work, you're having fulfillment and joy, and you are, feel like you can take a break from your business because you have the systems in place to do that. And you have a marketing strategy that aligns with who you are. That's where you can start having that thriving experience. Okay. So it is possible to have the products and services your clients want to buy, to enjoy the work that you are doing, and to authentically market without compromising your faith or values. That is possible. All right. So I'm going to share with you briefly what I have experienced in my own journey, because a little while into my business, I was bringing in consistent income. So I did have consistent clients. I did have consistent income. And from the outside, everything looked great to other people if they were looking from the outside in. But I didn't love my business. That was a big problem. I actually felt like throwing in the towel on more than one occasion because I couldn't figure out how to create what I wanted. I kind of had a vision for what I wanted and where I wanted to go, but I couldn't figure out how to get there. Okay, if you are watching this either live or on the replay, go ahead and tell me if you can relate to that. Knowing generally where you want to go, but not knowing how to get there. So my business was established and I was earning an income, but I didn't love my business. I was looking for a mentor or a coach, somebody who was a little further ahead of me, who could help me reach my business goals. And I didn't know if I wanted to take on more clients in the kind of agency model I had built, or if I was looking to shift or change directions. And I was looking for someone to help me do that. The problem was I couldn't really find the right container, the right solution for what I was wanting. I found various different programs in coaching that helped me solve some of the problems, but I kind of had to patch it together to the point where I figured out how to kind of blaze my own path forward. Okay. And what I did was I was able to figure out how to shift from, I'm going to go back here, shift from surviving to thriving in my business. And I did that through a lot of trial and error. Like I said, I tried a bunch of different programs. I tried different, hold on one second. I'm not sure what just happened there, but my computer just did something funky. Okay. Bring your shared window to the front. Okay. It's giving me a notice and I'm not sure how my screen just disappeared, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. All right. So maybe that didn't change anything for you, but my screen disappeared for a second. Okay. So through a lot of trial and error, working with different coaches, I figured out that there were three essentials to thriving online. The first one was to align. I needed to have alignment in three key areas. And I mentioned I was going to share these with you. So it's who God made me to be, like my own wiring, my personality, my gifts, my strengths, all of that, along with who he had called me to serve. So my target audience, the people that he wanted me to reach and that I felt called to encourage and speak to. And then what my business model and offers were. And the challenge is that a lot of times I ended up having one or two of those things in alignment, but not all three. And so if you don't have all three in alignment, you can only go so far into a thriving business. Secondly, I needed to refine the back end of my business so that I could serve my clients and my students well. I needed to have the systems and the workflows in place so that I could streamline what was happening on the back end. Because if you are selling something on the front end and you have services or coaching that you're offering to your clients, but then you don't deliver on the back end, or things are really wonky or really messy, then people are not going to stick around, and you're not going to be able to keep your business afloat. Then I needed to shine. So I needed to have a business that was able to shine and have a marketing strategy that aligned, again, with my personality, with my goals, with my strengths, and not just something that someone else had success with. So a lot of times what I see is that we try to implement a strategy that someone else is using or is teaching, like, for example, podcasting. I mean, I love podcasting. I think podcasting is great, but podcasting isn't necessarily the right marketing strategy for every person and for every business. And so it's important to make sure that your marketing strategy aligns and will help you to shine online when you're out there sharing what you do. Okay. So I want the same for you. If you are watching this and you want to have a thriving business, here is the thriving business framework that I think will help you to do that. So again, even if you end up not being interested in upLIFT or not joining upLIFT at this time, this right here, I think is helpful for you to keep in mind. So align who you are, who God has called you to, and what you are offering. And then refine your systems, your finances, the teams and projects that you're running. That all that stuff that's happening behind the scenes is important, even though it's not as fun for some of us. And then shine your marketing strategy, your visibility strategy, your content, and your social media. All of that stuff that's more forward facing. You need to have all three of these working in conjunction to have a thriving business. Okay. So if you're watching the replay or you're watching here live, I would love for you to share with me which of those three do you feel like is your one that you would like the most help with, or that you feel like you need the most support with. Where do you feel you need the most support? Align, refine, or shine? Just go ahead and tell me in the comments when you're watching this. Okay. So here's what I want to share with you. Because it took me so long to find a solution for myself. When I got to the other side of that and I realized, okay, the thriving business framework, all of this, and this is what Christian women building a business online need, I decided to create something to help other women that were like me a couple years ago, where I was and where I wish I would have had that one place, that one support system to help me move my own business forward, to get the clarity that I needed, to get the support that I needed. And so that is what I have created with the upLIFT Mentormind. Okay. So the upLIFT Mentormind is the solution for motivated, multi-passionate Christian businesswomen who are ready to thrive in business, up-level their marketing, and build faith-based connections. And this is the kind of the container that I created based on what I knew I had needed. And now what I have seen many other women are benefiting from who have joined upLIFT, because they're getting the support that they need. So if you're here and you're wondering, okay, well, I'm not even sure if upLIFT is for me, how do I know if it's a fit? Here's how to tell. If you are a Christian woman building a business online, that's step one. Okay. I don't focus on local businesses. I don't focus on e-commerce, that kind of thing. But if you're building an online business as a service provider, a coach, a consultant, a course creator, that's a good fit. If you are at the testing and growing phase of business or the established phase. So we have some gals who are still kind of out there testing out the different types of business offers and models that they might want to create. Some of the gals in upLIFT are more established, so they really have solidified what their offer and their business model looks like, but they're still working on some of the other things like refining the back end or getting their marketing strategy really in place. So you've gotten your business off the ground, but you want to up level, you want to refine what you're doing, and you want to really become established and well known in your industry. Okay, that's who it's for. It is not for those who are brand new to the online space or who haven't started bringing in an income. Okay, you definitely need to have started bringing in income to be in upLIFT, because that's the level that I am working with in that program. It's not for people who think that they know everything or they are not coachable. So if you are someone who thinks that you've got it all figured out, then you probably don't want to join upLIFT. If you are someone who does not want to make new connections and build and be part of a community building relationships, then also this might not be for you. Okay. And then finally, women who are building a physical product business, or you're in a multi-level marketing or network marketing business. Nothing wrong with those businesses. That's just not who I speak to, not what I specialize in my coaching. Okay, so why are we calling this a Mentormind? What exactly is a Mentormind? Well, basically, a Mentormind is my term, and I borrowed this from a friend who also had a program that she called a Mentormind, but it's kind of a combination of mentoring and coaching and strategy that you would get in a one-on-one coaching relationship with someone, along with the amazing community and connection of a mastermind. So I have seen where, some people offer just one-on-one coaching where you get that great strategy, you get to dig deep and make progress in a one-on-one context, but sometimes you don't have the connection of the community that you want. And then other times you might find a great connection, like maybe even a peer mastermind. That was one of the things that I did, was created a peer mastermind where I was with a group of friends who we were all building our businesses and we were supporting one another, but we didn't have the guide and the strategic input from someone who was further ahead of us to help us. So in upLIFT, you get the combination of the mentoring and the strategy and the coaching from me, as well as the community of others. Okay. So what does this program include? I'm going to share with you a little bit about what's included in upLIFT so that you know what it looks like to participate. So the first thing is that you get one-on-one access to me. All right. So we do an onboarding strategy call when you join, and then you will get ongoing Voxer access to me afterwards. So if you are building your business online and you want to be able to have a customized guidance in marketing strategy for yourself, if you want that personalized support in your business and increased clarity and confidence in your offers and your pricing, then that is what you will get inside of upLIFT. Okay. If you are watching this on Facebook, would you let me know if it looks all fuzzy to you? I'm looking at it at the moment and I'm wondering if it's not showing up clearly in the Facebook group. So if you are watching the replay, not on Facebook, I apologize for this, but I'm just wondering if something is sort of going wrong with my slides, but it looks like maybe it's okay. All right, so let's keep going. So, oops. Go to the next slide. Okay, we also have group coaching sessions. So within upLIFT, you will get group coaching. So you won't just get one-on-one access, but you will also get group coaching sessions where we will work together. In a group context, every single month, we have a coaching session where I will get on, I will answer your questions, I will give you personalized feedback and on your marketing efforts, on other business questions based on my 5+ years of digital marketing in the online space. And I also can bring sort of that outside perspective that you might not have for yourself, and the changes you need to make in your business. Sometimes it's hard to see when you're in it. And so bringing in what I can do is bring in that outside perspective, again, to help you make the small changes, make the tweaks that could help improve your website, your landing pages, your marketing on social media, all those types of things. All right. Now, I wanted to share this short testimonial of one of the things that one of the Uplift members has shared about working with me in the program. She says, "You're so available to us, even in times when I haven't reached out to you. You reached out and said, 'How can I support you?' Which I never would have expected. It goes back to really feeling very cared for in business as a person. Thank you." And that's Karen Laus. She is a keynote speaker and communication coach, and she has benefited from the one-on-one support as well as the group coaching. Okay. Now, another thing in the program is the Uplift Up Level Your Marketing Workshop Series. This is a workshop series that you get access to as a member of Uplift, where it's a 3-part training and implementation series. So over the course of 3 workshops, I will help you streamline your value ladder. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically a way of looking at your business and looking at your offers in a very streamlined way so that we can figure out what offers should you be selling, what offers make sense, and how to take people through the process of working with you. All right, then we're going to go into workshop number 2, which is create or refine your process. And that's where you're going to learn how to create your own proprietary process and something that is unique to you that will set you apart when it comes to marketing. And then you will go to workshop number 3, where you can establish your sales funnel. And by that, let me clarify, I'm not looking at creating a sales funnel in the sense of setting up, several different pages through a program like ClickFunnels or FG Funnels, but rather it's just a basic way of looking at your sales sequence so that we can know when someone comes to your website, then what do they do after that, and how do they get to the point of working with you. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Okay, I skipped my slides. We're jumping around a little bit, so I've got to get to the right place here. Okay, so Laura says this about what her experience has been in Uplift. She says, "Creating a tangible consulting offer allowed me to put the puzzle pieces together." So a big thing that we do is in the aligning phase of that thriving business framework, I always start with the alignment of you and your gifts and your business model. And so with Laura, she actually had created a whole business basically with courses and programs that people could buy, but people weren't buying them. And so we looked at her business model and we made some changes and we made some tweaks so that she could more effectively market and sell something that she felt excited about, that she was passionate about, and that served her audience in the way that they wanted to be served. Okay. Next, we have the strategic mapping sessions. And Amber, thank you for your comments in the Facebook group. I really appreciate that. Okay, so the strategic mapping sessions will help you to hit your goals consistently. So if you're watching this and you say, okay, well, that all sounds good, but I am really struggling with actually figuring out what should my strategic plan be, or what should my goals be in my business, I'm not even sure how to identify them. Well, every quarter we do a strategic mapping session where we will figure out what your goals are for the coming 90 days. We will look at what's most important to you in your business. And this is a group session where I will go through a strategic mapping process that I am certified to do and to offer you. And you will get access to a template Trello board to build out your own strategic plan, or you can do it on paper if you prefer. But what you will walk away with is you will get clearly defined priorities to help you stay on track with what you are doing in your business every day. And this will give you the ability to focus on the projects and the things that you need the most, that you need to take action on so that you can reach your goals. All right. And this is also a system that you will be able to repeat in the long run for your own business ongoing. Okay. You will also receive in Uplift live training and workshops. And so every month you will get a training in one of the 3 key areas of the thriving business framework that I described earlier. So we will do something around align, refine, or shine each month. And we will rotate through those 3 key themes so that every time, for 6 months, you'll go through that process twice of align, refine, and shine. And what that does is it will help you to take action and get growth in vital aspects of your business. It will give you increased knowledge based on where you're at right now. In fact, earlier today, one of our upLIFT members actually provided a training in the Shine category around Instagram and how we could grow on Instagram. So it's very actionable training that you receive. Also, the opportunity to connect with experts in specific marketing strategies. And really, that should say specific business strategies. It's not just marketing, because we're covering those three aspects. So sometimes the trainings are delivered by me, and sometimes I bring in a guest expert. All right. So for those who don't love marketing, maybe you're saying, well, I don't really love the marketing side of my business. That is how a lot of the gals come in. Some of our gals are very good at marketing, and some they're not loving it. So we kind of have a mix in the group, which is pretty fun. But Kelsey Schmidt, she said, the biggest challenge that I have hoped to overcome in upLIFT that I feel is over delivering at this point is with the beast of marketing. I have developed my proprietary method enough to where I feel confident in seeking legal protection for it. So she was able to make a lot of progress in her business and really get that method set up so that she could confidently talk about it when she's on podcasts. And since then, she's gotten invited to speak at a summit. She's gotten some podcast interviews, and she's been able to use that in her marketing. Okay, you will also get monthly mastermind calls. And this is where we will be able to dive deep into each other's businesses. So the group coaching gives you my insights into your business. The mastermind calls gives you the community insight into your business. So it gives you opportunity for growth, feedback, and connection. And so you have the chance to be on the hot seat. You get prayer, you get connection, you get support. And this really allows for deeper relationship building too. In the mastermind calls, we also do monthly goal setting and accountability in the context of those calls. Okay. And then lastly, accountability support. So speaking of accountability and making progress on sorry, I'm losing my train of thought there. On your goals, making progress on your goals, the accountability support will help you to not just set your goals, but actually hit them. And so with this, you are going to have a monthly goal post where you share your goals, and then we'll discuss those progress on the mastermind call. But in addition to that, I have brought in an accountability coach, Krista Hutchins. Some of you may be familiar with Krista because she offers some things in her own right, but she's also been through upLIFT, and she is now our accountability coach. And she checks in with each member twice a month. So you will get an actual Voxer message from her asking you how you're doing on your goals. And so you'll be able to get that connection and really have that additional support outside of what's happening in the group. Okay. Krista says this about her experience in the program. She says, this has been the best investment I have made in my business. It is exactly what I needed at this stage. The training, input, and relationships with others at the same general stage of business has been game-changing for me. So that is super exciting to me for her to be able to say that, because honestly, I want people to have results in upLIFT, and that's something that I'm really committed to. Okay. So what do you get as a result of upLIFT? As I've just mentioned, I want you to receive results. So what exactly are the results that you should get? Well, one is you should receive fulfillment and joy in your business because of the alignment we have created in your business, because of being able to get clear on your business model and your offers. You will have clarity, and you'll know that you're doing the things that are going to help you move your business forward. You should also be able to grow your income and hit your goals. Again, with having the support and the strategy from me, but also the accountability and the goal setting and the training needed to take the right steps forward. And then you also will have a place where you are seen and known. So how many of us sometimes feel alone in the online space when we are trying to build a business online? It can be really lonely, right? And so I would love for you to have a place where you can feel seen and known. And that's what we do inside of upLIFT. Okay, so how does this all work? Okay, Uplift is a 6-month commitment. So it is an ongoing program, which means that people are in the program on an ongoing basis. Some people choose to stay after 6 months, but when you join, you do make a 6-month commitment. Okay, it is an intimate group, so space is limited. I don't just open this up to unlimited number of people because I need to be able to support you at the highest level. And there is an application to join to make sure that you're the right fit and that we're the right fit for you so that the group and the members all benefit equally. Okay. And so let me just walk through what it looks like to invest in Uplift. These are the things that are included. I went through all of these things, but the coaching and Voxer access, the live coaching, the group coaching, the up-level your marketing workshops, you get the monthly mastermind calls, the get it done sessions, which I actually don't think I mentioned that as I went through. The get it done sessions are time dedicated to commit to working on your business. The live expert trainings, the strategic mapping sessions, and the accountability support. Okay. All of that is a value of over $25,000. Obviously, I wasn't going to charge $25,000 for those pieces of this program, but the normal price of the program is $3,000. Okay, but right now it is $2,500 to join. At this time, if you enroll at the end of September 2021 for the next 6 months, which would start at the beginning of October, you will get access to all of that for $2,500 for 6 months. So you can apply now, and the place to apply is upliftmentormind.com/apply. Okay, so if that's something you are interested in doing, you can go there and apply. And I'm going to drop that link in the Facebook group. If you happen to be watching in the Facebook group, you can, okay. And we'll just drop that there in case you want to check that out. Okay. So why is it an application process? You might be wondering, why don't you just let people join and just, if you want to join, just get in the program? Well, honestly, like I said, this is not a course. It's not like something where you're just going to go through and learn a whole bunch of stuff. This is a group of us working together in an intimate group coaching and mastermind experience. So as I mentioned, I want to make sure that the group is the right fit for you and for your business, that you're ready for our group, and that the group will be a good kind of combination of people. Okay, so that's why it's an application. Okay, now I needed to update this slide. Fast action bonus if you apply by the end of Monday, that is today if you're watching this live, Monday, September 27th, there is a bonus here for you. And that is the financial strategy session with Profit First coach, Holly Kane. Okay, Holly Kane she offers CFO services to 6- and 7-figure entrepreneurs. She is willing to do a strategy session with up to 5 of you who apply before the end of Monday. Okay. And so that is available. It's a limited time bonus only if you apply by the end of Monday, September 27th. And then also you will get a bonus gift package from me, which means you'll get one of my Let Your Light Shine bags, which is kind of a nice, fun bag for you to put, some of your stuff in. Trying to find a way for you to see it there. So there's the Let Your Light Shine bag and some other goodies that will come in that package as well. So that's if you apply by Monday. Okay. All right. Now, what are some of the things that other members of Uplift have shared? Because I know that making this kind of decision is not something that you just jump into without really thinking about it. But this is some of the things that some of the members of Uplift have shared about their experience. Cindy Owenby there in the middle, she said, until I joined Uplift, I didn't know what I didn't know. Esther has helped me to take the next steps I need to help my business grow. The group has been just what I need in this season. Okay, and you can see some of the other comments there that we have in the group, encouraging group culture. There's no looking down on someone because they maybe don't understand a concept or they don't get something or they haven't done this or that in their business. Laura Howe says the Uplift group has gone beyond my expectations. Okay. All right. So what are some other things that you get as part of Uplift. It's not just what I shared a minute ago, but there actually are some additional bonuses that I give to you when you join Uplift. One of them is my Shine Online course, which is a full course that gives you the marketing strategy, like how to set up the marketing foundations of your business. So if you come into Uplift and you haven't fully gotten all the things kind of up and running fully in your business, like your social media or your website or your email list or some of those things, then some of that is going to be covered in Shine Online. So you will have access to that. And that's actually something that you keep even beyond the 6 months of your membership in Uplift. Okay, training and template library. So you also get access to templates and trainings that I have done or that we have had in the past, or since I started Uplift. You get full access to all the past trainings, and you also get templates that are things that I have created for my own business. So templates for things like emails to write, help with hiring processes, things like that. I will share with you the resources that I have created for my own business. And then you also get access to the Offer Cure course. This is a course from Funnel Gorgeous, and it's a course that will help you create an offer from start to finish that people will love and that you will be able to sell. And so I will often have members of Uplift utilize this course if they are working on creating a course of their own or a group program of their own, so that we can make sure that it will really be the most effective process, the most effective at selling as possible. Okay, so value of Uplift with all the things I mentioned earlier, plus the 3 additional bonuses that I just mentioned, that is over $30,000 of support in the program. And the regular price, like I said, is $3,000. Right now, it is $2,500, or you can choose to invest monthly and just pay on a monthly basis within the program. It is still a 6-month commitment. So that is something that you commit to when you join. Okay, so again, if you would like to join Uplift, you can go to upliftmentormind.com/apply. And that is where you will get the application will come to me. I will review it. I will either approve it or not, depending on where you're at, depending on, again, whether you meet what we're looking for in the program. And most people get accepted, just so you know. It's not like really hard to get accepted. The most of the time, what might stop you from being in Uplift is if your business isn't quite ready for the program, and then I give you some other options. But for the most part, people are ready when they apply. Okay, so here's what you will get as part of Uplift. You get unbiased guidance and feedback. You get a proven marketing strategy based on my experience of working with dozens of launches, dozens of programs and products that I've helped either myself or other people launch into the online space. You will leverage the power of community. You will have internal systems running smoothly because I will provide you with as much templates and support that I can in terms of the templates and systems and workflows that I've created for myself. I'll share those with you. You will get faith and reliance on the Holy Spirit, because we will be turning to the Holy Spirit and to his guidance first and foremost. And then you will receive tactics specific to you and your business. Okay, so you'll be able to have things customized to you, not just cookie cutter approaches that other people deliver. Okay, this is another member of Uplift, Amber, and she says, I moved across the country and life kind of happened after I signed up for Uplift. She had a lot of things that came up in her life. Had this been a normal course, I probably would have never gone back to it. The fact is, it is more like coaching and personal accountability and a community who could kind of help rally around me and say, I could say, hey guys, I really need prayers because this is what life is like today. Okay, that's what Amber said. And then she just posted, as I was going live here, she posted, Uplift is amazing. I highly recommend it. It's been a huge asset to my business, and I love having access to Esther to ask questions and work through my business with. So that is what I want for you as well. So this is my commitment to you. Okay, in this program, we are making a commitment to each other. I can't guarantee that your business is going to be successful. I can't do that because you have to put in the action, the effort. You have to apply what you're learning and reach out for support when needed. Okay. But I commit to being as, um, as supportive and available to you as I can within the context of the program. And that's what most of my members will say, is that they feel more supported than they have in any other program. And I don't not saying that to try and brag. I'm just saying that is the level. This is a high touch experience where you're not just going to be a number, you're going to be a name, and you're going to be cared for. And I'm going to be committed to helping you succeed in your business. Okay. So I want you to think about, where could your business be in 6 months? 6 months from now, we're just about into the beginning of Q4 of 2021. So at the end of Q1 in 2022, it'll be March. Where would you like your business to be? Do you want to be in the same place? Do you want to have more clarity, more strategic marketing? Do you want to be knowing that you're on the right track and doing the type of work that you want to be doing? I believe that is possible in the next 6 months. Okay. All right. This is what Cindy said, and I already read something she mentioned earlier, but this is a different thing that she has shared. She said, upLIFT is helping me move forward much faster than I could on my own. I'm being pushed in a good way to a whole new level. Okay, so she made a ton of progress in her 6 months, and she was able to really see a lot of traction and made some big, big changes in her business in that time. So here are the, oops, that's the wrong slide. So disregard that. That's the wrong slide. So I apologize for that. But now I will answer your questions if you have questions, and I will share a couple things that some people sometimes ask me about upLIFT when they are considering joining. And I'm actually just going to pull up the questions that I have been getting, just so I can kind of refer to that, because I know that some of you might be watching, you might have a question, you might be, or you might be watching the replay. And so I'm just going to go ahead and answer some of the questions that I know sometimes I do get. But if you're in the Facebook group and you're watching this, you can post in the Facebook group. And even if it's not live, I can come back and answer it later. Okay. So let me go ahead and look at that. Look at the questions. Okay. So I already answered, what is a Mentormind? So we've talked about that. One of the questions is, who else is going to be in the group? Okay. In the group, and how many people are in the group? Okay. The cap on the group is 30. There's no more at this point in time. I will not be accepting any more than 30 members in the group. However, if for some reason I'm not able to answer all the questions on the coaching calls or things like that, like if we did get more than 20 or 25, I might have to add on a second call for certain types of calls, for the mastermind calls or the coaching calls. That's what I would do to make sure that everybody is getting the full benefit. The other women in the group are also Christian entrepreneurs building a business online who want that community. They're in all different types of industries. Most of them are either a service provider or a coach or consultant, and some are in more of a course creation type of business where they're creating digital products and selling courses and programs. So we have a nice mix. And what's really amazing is that the group, God brings together every time an incredible group of women who are all willing to share their expertise, share their knowledge, encourage one another. And that is just incredible to be a part of and to see. Okay, let me see. How much time is required to participate in upLIFT? That's another question that I often get. And so here's how it's structured. You commit to 6 months. This round would be starting at the beginning of October. So applications close on Thursday, September 30th. And our first call would be Tuesday, October 5th. Okay. So our calls are on Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's currently the schedule. Sometimes there might be a call at a different day or time of the week, but for the most part, it's It's Tuesdays at 12:30 Eastern, and they go either 60 or 90 minutes. That being said, you are not required to be on any of the calls. I don't make it a requirement. I encourage you, if you can be on live, to be on live, especially for the mastermind calls, because those are the ones where the whole group is kind of sharing feedback and input with one another, and people get a turn on the hot seat. But again, it's really up to you how much time you invest in terms of the calls each week. If you participate with every call, then it's probably going to be 5 to 6 hours total for the month. And then outside of that, there's really nothing else that you have to do other than if you want to stay in touch with me via Voxer. And the way Voxer works is Voxer is a walkie-talkie app where you can go back and forth on Voxer with me on a voice message or text message. So it can go either way. You can do like a text, back and forth, or we can talk back and forth. And so if you send me a Voxer message, let's say on Tuesday afternoon, I will reply sometime by Wednesday. So I have like a 24-hour basically window in which I will reply to you on business days. Weekends are off. I don't do a lot of Voxer on the weekends. And then of course there's times where I'm off, if I'm on vacation or something like that, holidays, things like that, but I will reply to you. And so some people will Voxer me several times a week. Other people will Voxer me once or twice a month. So it really depends on where you're at in your business and how much support you need. Sometimes it might be if you're going through like a launch or a new service, you might be Voxering and we might be working together really closely for a while, and then you might back off. So again, the amount of time you commit to upLIFT is really up to you. And some people need a lot more kind of strategic support step by step, and others are able to sort of just jump into the calls, get the benefits, and they're not needing as much. So hopefully that answers your question if you're wondering about the time commitment. Another question, how much income do I need to be making? So at this time, I do not have a set income amount that you have to be making. I look at your business as a whole, and I kind of look at where you're at. And again, make sure that you have some of the essentials set up and you've gotten some offers out there, you've started selling. So again, if you are someone who you still are figuring out, like, what do I actually want to sell? Or I haven't set up a website yet, and I haven't gotten any social media set up, and I don't have an email list set up. Like if you don't have any of those basics set up, then I'm going to recommend that you go to my Shine Online course, where I would walk you through all of that to get that stuff set up before you come into upLIFT, because you need to have created some sort of income stream to be in upLIFT. Okay. But if you're in upLIFT, if you apply for upLIFT and you've sold coaching and you've tried some done for you services and you've tried, VIP days, or you've tried like some different things, and you're just not quite it's not clicking yet. You're not finding that flow. You're not finding that like consistent, I love this feeling in your business, then that is really perfect for you, because that's what I will help you figure out is how can you get to that place of feeling like you actually have a business you love instead of one that you're just surviving. Okay. So those are some of the questions. Again, if you have other questions and you want to know before you apply, just send me a message. You can send me a message through social media. You can also send me an email. You can just write to hello@estherlittlefield.com and send me that email and let me know your questions about upLIFT. And I will get back to you personally. I will reply and let you know the answers. Again, this next session, the next enrollment period is happening now through the end of September. After that, applications will close, and I will not be taking anyone else for the next several months. So make sure if you're interested that you go ahead and apply, and so that you can get in and start seeing the benefits of being part of this amazing group. I know that you will see progress and see benefits if you commit to yourself and commit to the program. All right. Thanks so much for being here, friends. I really appreciate you being here, whether you watched on the replay or watched live. I look forward to having you apply to upLIFT, and I hope to see you inside of the program.